Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone has had or is having a great day. I actually just wanted to make this video and I'll jump right into it. I'm making this video because in some of my earlier videos, I got a lot of comments about it was my earlier videos about relationships, and I got a lot of comments about things that were going on in people's relationships, and they were perplexed as to the reason why certain things were going on in their relationships. And certain people reached out to me and we emailed back and forth. But I just wanted to make this video so that I could share it with a broader audience, anyone who was interested. The name of this video and the reason for this video is deciphering where the confusion in your relationship is coming from, whether it's platonic, whether it's marital, whether it's boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever it is. I want to give you a few tips to help you to decipher where the confusion is coming from. And the reason most of the questions I got were from people that were in relationships, not necessarily platonic, but I think this can go for platonic as well. So I'll just jump right into it. First of all, you want to make sure that you understand the person's history. You want to make sure that you check whomever you're in a relationship with. You want to make sure that you check their history so that you understand if what is going on between you and that person is a pattern. A lot of times, if it is a pattern, if you can see that maybe 5 to 6 relationships before you, this has happened, this particular type of whatever you're going through now, this particular type of issue has been transpiring in their life and in the life of people around them, it's a familiar issue, then you know that you're dealing with something in the bloodline and you're dealing with something that is supernatural, and it is most likely nothing you are doing. It is something that you're dealing with that you have no control over. And the reason I say you have no control over it is because when you have things in the bloodline, these spirits have taken hold in this family, and what they have done is they've actually claimed this family and this bloodline for themselves. So they want to keep their hold in the family, so they'll make sure that the person who is in that family continues to run into people who will cause the same type of relationships to be perpetuated, so that that stronghold, whether it's a stronghold of divorce, or it's a stronghold of confusion, or it's a stronghold of never succeeding in anything, even where a relationship is concerned, that spirit will hold that family and that family member to that particular issue that's in the bloodline. And there's nothing that you can do to get it rounded, nothing you can do in your human strength. I really won't cover how to get out of it in this video. I'll definitely make another video about that because I want to fully delve into that, and I don't want this video to be super long. Also, you want to check your history. Check your history to make sure that the pattern is not in your bloodline, because so many times it's easy for us to blame the next person. It's easy for us to say it's our friends, it's our boyfriend or girlfriend, it's our husband or wife, it's whomever, that the issue is on their side, because sometimes we feel like we're trying and trying and we just can't get around the problem. And sometimes the issue is within us, because the same as with them, if there is a stronghold in your bloodline, then whatever spirit and whatever strong man is in your bloodline is put there to perpetuate this same type of issue over and over and over again. So it's worth sitting down, writing out your history, or asking your relatives, or there may be things that happened in the past that you don't know about. It may be worth having a conversation with them to find out what is going on in your family so that you can understand what you're dealing with. I wanted to say that you know that you're dealing with something supernatural if it seems like the more you try, the worse things get. You can, I mean, because when you're dealing with something that's supernatural, and I don't want to say 100% in every instance, but most likely 90% of the time, if you're dealing with something that's supernatural, something that is in the bloodline, the more you try to solve the issue, the worse the issue will get. Because what happens is when that specific strongman, that specific entity is trying to continue to have a foothold in that bloodline, in that family, it will do whatever it needs to do to keep itself there. So if, like I said before, if the particular if you have a spirit of divorce, a spirit of division in your family, then that spirit will make sure that you meet people that will be sure where you will get into a relationship with them, and that spirit will make sure that that relationship ends up in divorce. So it's really complicated, and I'll just go briefly through it. A lot of times when we're dealing with stuff that's supernatural, we're dealing with familiar spirits, and these familiar spirits understand us, they understand our family, they understand our trigger points. So if I have let's say if I have a trigger point of someone not complimenting me, then what the spirit will do, and this can be anything, but what the spirit will do is it will make sure, and let's say I have a trigger point of, you know, someone not complimenting me, and the spirit is the spirit of division or the spirit of divorce in my family that the spirit is trying to hold there. So what that spirit will do is make sure that I always come in contact with someone who will not compliment me enough. They'll do enough in the beginning of the relationship to suck me in, but once we're in that relationship, they'll slowly but surely fall off. And that will be the ultimate demise for that relationship. And to you, it just may seem like you just keep meeting the same type of people that are no good, but no, this stuff is staged and is closely monitored by things that are in your bloodline. And even if you talk to the individual and you tell the individual, you know, I really do wish that you would compliment me more, and you may really open yourself up and be vulnerable and tell them, look, this issue stemmed from when I was younger. I was the third of five siblings, and it always felt like I was left out, and it felt like my mom and dad always did more for my other siblings, and they didn't give me enough attention. So what it does is it causes me to need more attention now. So this is why I am the way that I am. I'm sorry that I am the way that I am, but I'm definitely working on myself. So if you can just compliment me every now and again a little more than you are currently doing, then I think we'll be okay and we'll last. And a lot of times there are times when the person that you're dealing with, they may say okay, you know, and they may compliment you once and still not do it, and then when you bring it back up to them, they're very combative, as if you never said anything to them, as if you never opened up and you were never vulnerable. Or they may just get crazy right then and start making you feel bad about what you shared with them, telling you that your feelings are stupid. This is not them. This is usually the spirit that is working in them, because it understands your trigger points. And if it can keep if it can keep those trigger points alive, if it can keep pushing that button, then it has successfully garnered whole and has successfully kept this place in your family. So if you are dealing with an issue where it feels like the more you try, the worse things get, most likely you're dealing with something that's supernatural. If you feel like, if you're I don't want to say feel, because it's not a feeling, but if you are being accosted by accusatory thoughts about this person, usually you're dealing with something that's supernatural, because when we're dealing with spirits, there's many different ways that they move, but a lot of times they deal within our thoughts. And if you feel like there are times when you wake up and you're mad at this person, there are times when you're just sitting watching watching a movie, watching your favorite TV show, and all of a sudden a thought hits you, and it's a horrible thought about this person, where they did something to you, they should not have done what they've done, you should have punished them, and that thought will bring up something that happened a while ago, and say, you let them go, you should have said this, you should have said that, I don't think they learned their lesson. And then you're like, yeah, and you're having a conversation with yourself, and you're feeding into that thought. But what that is that's a supernatural entity that's either perpetuating in their bloodline or perpetuating in your bloodline, that is definitely causing confusion in your relationship. And lastly, if you feel that your mood changes whenever this person comes around, if you're a very happy person, or you've been happy all throughout the day, and the person just walks in the door, if you guys are living together, or you just see them in the street if you're friends, and then all of a sudden your mood changes for no specific reason, there's no fight you had, there's nothing, there's no disagreement, there's nothing that you're holding in your heart toward them that you are aware of, you guys are okay, you're on a speaking basis, and then all of a sudden when they come around, your mood instantly changes, and you don't have control over it, that is something supernatural. And you are definitely dealing with the supernatural entity, which is taking control of your emotions, and it doesn't want you to continue your relationship with this person, like I said before, whether it be romantic, or whether it be platonic. This entity does not want you to continue your relationship with this person. So every time this person comes around, you'll either feel like your mood will drop, or you'll feel something in your belly. It used to happen to me, and that's how I know, and I'm only sharing with you things that I know and I've experienced, where it's something, it would feel like, for me, it would feel like it was twisting in my belly every time somebody came around, and I couldn't understand why this was, because I had nothing against this person, and it was just to the point where everything that had gone on throughout the day that was good, it just turned out to be a bad day once I saw the person, and that was horrible. But that's how those entities worked, and I finally figured out through prayer and fasting what it was. So those are some tips I just wanted to share with you. I'll definitely come back with another video where I explain to you what you do about this and how to combat this, because there is definitely a way to combat this, and the way to do it is definitely with prayer, but there's a certain strategy you need to take, and there's a certain mindset you have to have, and I definitely will be sharing that with you. So I hope you guys have a great day and take care of yourself until we see each other again.